Hello guys, this is Paulina and today I'm going to be showing you guys the new Natasha Denona triochrome palette. So this is what it looks like on the inside. She was saying how she made each row so they complement each other. So you use this row, then this row, and then this row. She did mention that this one was the most natural one, just so you guys know. And yeah, that's the format of the palette. I also want to show you guys the packaging because it has like this shimmery package, if you guys can see it. And the package also switches. It's also triochrome. Shifts from like blue to purple to green. I think it's very nice as well that she did that. So one thing I want to mention about the palette is that I think something that I thought was very cool was that if you have noticed for the shade names, they have like chemistry related names. So for example, this one called iron, or this one called let's see, manganese, kinetic, redox, tungsten. There are some names that are like chemistry related, and I think that's really cool. Maybe it's because her mom, I know she was a chemist, or she is a chemist. So maybe that's why she named this like this, but I just thought that was really cool. I love that. I'm a biochemistry major, so maybe that's why I think it's so cool. I mean, I even have these for my birthday. I got this periodic table and it has like the real elements embedded in them, so I just think that's really cool. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this look. I'm going to be showing you guys swatches, comparisons, and my final thoughts on the palette, so just keep on watching. So I want to show you guys swatches by row. I'm first going to start with this row right here. So the first shade is called Vert, then Iron, this is Carob, Androdite, and Scrap. And this is the first row. The second row, we're going to start with Naga, Manganese, Kinetic, Redox, and Tungsten. For the last row, we're going to start with Vertex. This is Plutonium, Color Flip, Carmine, and this is Diatonic. And I'm going to be swatching you guys only the triochrome shades, or maybe they're just multi-chrome. I don't know if they're actually triochrome or multi-chrome, but it's just these three right here. So scare up again. And we're going with Kinetic and Color Flip. So now I'm going to start with the comparisons. So I've seen some other YouTube videos with people reviewing the Natasha Denona palette, and I've seen that some people have said that they think it's very similar to this one. However, I have to disagree. I do not see that this one it's similar to this one. I just don't really see it, besides this pinky shade and this pinky shade here. But the rest are not really that similar. This purple one, it's not similar to any of the purples here. Maybe in camera can seem like it is, but it's not really. The only one here that it's duochrome, it's this one here that it's also called Scarab, and this is what it looks like. Let me swatch it right here. It's from green and then goes like brown. This is a very nice shade. However, I don't think it's similar to any of the shades on Natasha Denona palette. Then I'm going to be comparing it, of course, with Pat Mcgrath Divine Rose 2. She has this one shade here that maybe you can see that it does flip. Let me swatch it for you guys. So this is Pat Mcgrath, and maybe it's similar to Color Flip from Natasha Denona. So this is from Natasha Denona. And yes, I think they can be similar. And they do switch from like green. However, I think the Natasha Denona one, the flip is not as strong, and it also flips to maybe like a goldish before it flips to pink. And also Sydney Grace has these like multi-chrome shades. This is in cream, in liquid. This is not similar to any of the Natasha Denona ones, but I just want to tell you guys about these multi-chromes from like smaller brands, independent brands. So in case you want multi-chrome and don't want to spend this much money, you can always go to like these smaller brands. This is Sydney Grace again, and you can get these multi-chromes. So this one flips from like purple to bronze to blue and maybe green. It's very pretty. This one is more intense because it's liquid. So if you have a liquid formula, it's of course going to look more intense. However, Natasha Denona has it on her Instagram that you can wet her shadows here, these multi-chromes here, and you'll get that intense look. And the last shadow I want to show you guys is from this company called JD Glow Cosmetics. And this one, I'm trying to show you guys if you can see maybe the flip. Yeah, do you guys see the flip right there? Goes from like purple to green to goldish. It's very nice. So I'm going to be swatching it so you guys can see it. Swatch is very nice, and it's powder like in Natasha Denona. I'm going to be showing you guys this one next to color flip, since I think maybe that would be similar. But not really. The Natasha Denona one, it's more subtle. Well, this one is very, very intense. Now this is the final look. I'm going to start using Vertex. This one over here. I'll lower my lip. Now with this Sonia G Blender Pro, I'm going to be taking Carmen, this one right here, and placing it on my outer lid and bringing it here. Now with a Wayne Goss number 19 brush, I'm going to be taking this shade here called Diatonic, and I'm gonna bring it a little bit in and up. I'm also going to be placing it a little bit up here, using it as a transition shade. Now with MAC 242S, I'm going to be taking the color Flip, which is the trichrome shade right here. I would use my fingers, but I think for better precision, since I have long nails, it's better to just use these kind of brushes. And I'm going to be applying this and now with this by Mario E5 brush, I'm going to be taking Plutonium right here and placing it in the inner corner. And now taking this Refer number 13 brush, which is very small, I'm going to be taking more of the Carmen shade and applying it on the outer corner. And with my Luxie 111, I'm going to be taking Carmen again, tap the excess off, and put it on that lower lash. Now I'm taking Diatonic and placing it right here. So I just curl my eyelashes. I don't want to put any mascara on since I'm going to be removing this off and showing you some other look. And now on this other eye, I'm going to start with this row right here. So first I'm going to be applying androdyte, which is this one right here, all over my lid. Now I'm taking this shade called Bird, and I'm going to apply it on my outer lid. Now with a very small brush, I'm going to be taking scrap. Tap the excess off because I don't want it to be too dark. And now I'll be taking Scarab, which is the triochrome shade, and applying it all over my lids. And then I'm going to be applying Iron, which is this one right here, in the inner corner. Tap the excess off, place it right here. Now for the lower lash, I'm going to be taking Bird, this one right here, and apply it on my lower lash. Okay, so here I just curl my eyelashes, and this is what it looks like. This is what the other eye looks like again. This is the third row, and this is the first row. And now for the last look, I'm going to be using the second row, which is this one right here. And I'm going to be taking Naga, which is this one, Naga, and placing it all over my lid. Then I'm going to be taking Redux and applying it on my outer corner. Then I'm going to be taking Manganese and applying it on the outer third corner. Then I'm going to be applying Kinetic and applying it on the rest of my lid. And now I'm taking the Naga shade again and applying it in the inner corner. For the lower lash, I'm going to be taking Manganese. And with the same brush, I'm going to be taking Tungsten, which is this one here. Like this. So now I'm going to be finishing my other eye, putting some eyeliner on, mascara, and I'll be right back. And so this is the final look. This is what I came up with. This is already with the mascara on, eyeliner on, and the other eye done, of course. And this is what it looks like. So my final thoughts on the palette. So I think this palette, it's very gorgeous. It's more subtle than I thought it was gonna be based on the promotion pictures. When I first opened it, when I got it, I actually was surprised about how many subtle shades you have. Like some of the intense shades that seem intense online, like this one here, this orange is not as that intense. There's a lot of like very light mattes here, light, very light. This is close to it's green, but it's like a brownish, blackish green. And the only intense one would really be this one here, and this, and the multichromes. I don't know if they're multichromes, but I'm calling them multichromes. They are pretty subtle, so I think you can wear this during the day. You can also wear it during the night. So it's very, very wearable, and I for sure love that because then I can get more use out of this. So for the other brands that I showed you, Mcgrath, the Sydney Grace, and JD Glow, the multichromes from those brands, they can be very intense. So I tend to not really wear them since I like using more subtle, wearing more subtle looks. So I'm happy about this Natasha Denona one because I know I'll be using it way more. So I think this palette is worth it if you have the money to spend it, since this one is in the $125 or $129 palette format, which I wish she did it in the $65 palette format, since I don't know, I just like that much better. I think it has a lot of product that I don't know if I'm going to be using that much. So, and it will be more affordable for everyone to get their hands on it. But I think the palette is very nice regardless. So those are all my thoughts on it. So hope you liked the video and see you next time. Bye.